Hello, after a 1 week extension, the Hyenas closed beta has now ended, and I've just gone and looked at the SteamDB info for the app. If you don't know, it's like Steam charts, kind of the same thing. And the peak players was 2,261, which I say lower than I thought it was. But then it struck me, it was a closed test. Now some people on my previous video were claiming it was an open test. I just want to clarify here, as a game developer myself, who has a game on Steam and has run playtests, there is a very big difference between open test and closed test. Just because you can click a button that says play game or request access does not mean you get the app and you do not count as a download. So the numbers for this game being somewhat low are intentional, and I can almost guarantee it's because the servers they have can't hold more than a few thousand players. So for the people who come here solely to comment things like, oh my god, the finals had 20,000 players, it's so much better, oh my god dude, this game sucks, like, just go away. Okay, just leave. Hyenas was a solid playtest. It was fun, I enjoyed it. I played for somewhere between, I don't know, 6 to 8 hours I think in total, which probably averages at like 30 minutes per day, which is solid playtesting time. That's probably the median time for the average player on a playtest. And it was solid. Like, the game hardly has any bugs as far as I'm aware of. I saw a couple reported by other users, but personally I didn't experience any. The gunplay feels solid. There's a couple guns I think could do with a bit of like nerfing or buffing, you know, just some tweaking here and there. And there was just a lack of content, but it's a playtest. Hopefully the next test is an open test where everyone can join without the need of a code. Hopefully we get, like, you know, 3 maps or something and 2 or 3 game modes as well. Because yes, playing the same map and the same game mode every time did get boring quite fast, and if the game released with 1 mode and only like 2 or 3 maps, it will die. The amount of content a game releases with today is such a key factor in keeping player attention, because people's attention spans are at the all-time lowest they have ever been. You constantly have to be putting out new things, new modes, new maps, new characters, new skins, new events, new battle passes, new whatever, new mechanics like a theatre mode where you can record your gameplay, or a map editor, anything like that. You need to be funneling all that stuff into your game with your live service model, otherwise people will leave, because there's so many free alternatives on the market. They will just say, why am I sticking around with this game when this other one has all the things that I want? So I'm hoping that this test was like a very, very small slice of the pie that Hyenas actually is. And when they do their open test, no idea when it will be. Hopefully it's in like the next 6 months and we don't have to wait too long. Yeah, hopefully there's like 20,000 players, so they 10x the numbers. And hopefully, like, I would hope for like 3, maybe 4 maps and 2 or 3 modes. And then when the game releases, like 5 maps minimum, ideally more, and then like 3 different game modes. That's like the minimum that I would expect from this game. And look, I think if they do that and there isn't too many bugs, they listen to the feedback, you know, fix the things that are mentioned, add whatever suggestions were given in the Discord, on their socials, if anyone contacted them like on the website, through any forums, whatever they have, wherever they can see this feedback, just listen and just do what the fans say. Because this game is already getting such like a huge amount of slack for just looking or being seen as a quick cash grab, a fad title that is trying to slot its way into the extraction shooter genre, because that is what publishers are pushing right now. But it's surprising a lot of people that actually do take the time to play and think, you know what, I'm not just going to assume, I'm going to actually try it for myself. And you know, for a lot of people, making their own judgment call is a huge thing these days. Like, not a lot of people can do it. They watch a streamer, they watch a content creator, they look at comments on TikTok, on Twitter, on YouTube, and they just align with somebody else's opinion, and they can't formulate their own opinion because, you know, they just don't want to download it or whatever. Like, they just sit there and just recycle what other people say. I was one of those people, but I thought, no, I have the time, I have the space on my PC, I'm going to download it. And to my surprise, and I made a video about this after I played the very first alpha for the game, Hyenas is actually a decent game. So I wish them success. Now, I know there's some people out there as well who are like really hoping this game fails. The Total War fans, I'm going to be honest with you guys, I don't really know what Total War is. I don't think it's my kind of game. I believe, isn't it some kind of like strategy game or something? There's some people saying some things like Sega and Creative Assembly are making that game overpriced in order to generate money for Hyenas or something. Guys, I don't know where you've heard that, but it's just not how the industry works, because if a developer puts up the price of something, you're going to end up with more people who don't want to buy it, and in turn they're going to make less money. It's actually better for a developer these days to reduce the price of something because it entices more people to buy, and that is why cheap and free-to-play games are just like at the peak right now. There is trends and stats to show this. Reducing the price of something to something that people feel happy or like amazed with actually generates you more revenue over time than doing a high-priced product that gets a huge boost in the beginning, but then like nobody wants to buy it because the price is too high for, you know, the audience at wide. I can promise you, Sega and Creative Assembly have more than enough money to develop Hyenas without needing to change one of their other products to generate cash. The amount of cash that Total War Warhammer would generate from a little change, like adding an extra $10 or $20 here or there, is nowhere near enough to make a video game. Anyway, that rant over. Yeah. Just as someone, one last thing on that, as someone who's inside the industry and has been in here now for almost 4 years, takes like that really annoy me. Just take Hyenas for what it is. Disregard anything else, any other speculations you have regarding the company behind it or the ethics, whatever. Just the product at face value. Try it, and if you like it and you're surprised, there you go. And that's what I did. At first, as I said, I was like, ugh, extraction shooter. I've been pitched to make an extraction shooter before by publishers, and I was like, no, we're not doing it. It's the battle royale trend, just a little bit different. But I gave it a go, and I was thoroughly surprised. I know that a lot of shooter players as well are looking for something else to slot into their Steam library, because this is a big issue today as well. A lot of people are playing the same 3 games over and over again and find it really hard for another game, especially a new IP, to break into their Steam library. Evidence of this is myself. I played the finals as well, which this game gets compared to a lot. I didn't like the finals. I played for 2-3 hours, it ran like absolute crap on my PC, and I have a decent PC. It was all over the place, it wasn't very obvious what I was supposed to do, I just felt like a headless chicken running around. It was too much, I didn't get it. But with Hyenas, you know, I loaded up a game and I instantly knew how to play, what I was doing. It weirdly felt like I'd played something like this before, and I felt at home. And that is a key thing for a lot of gamers, is if they don't feel at home with something, they just won't play it, and they'll go to a place where they do feel at home. So, yeah, overall, I think it was good. I wish them success. I know that obviously the developers on this, hopefully the game is successful for you guys, so that you have a good portfolio and things like that. And just, yeah, I'm looking forward to the open test to see where it goes. Let me know in the comments if you enjoyed it, if you played. If you didn't, don't even bother. And I'll see you in the next Hyenas video, which will, you know, could be 3 months away, could be 6 months away. No idea when the open test will be. We'll just have to stay updated, you know, keep updated with everything. Make sure to check the socials for Hyenas and stuff. And I'll see you whenever my next Hyenas video is. I'm going to go back to Halo stuff, my own game, Cross Planet, third-person shooter, kind of like Halo. If anyone's interested in that, we just announced that we're also developing for mobile. We've been working on Cross Planet now for 3 years. It will start as PC, now we're going mobile as well, and there will be crossplay. Yeah, if you want to wishlist that on Steam, just go search Crossplanet and it will come up. We're at 2,511 wishlists as I'm recording this. Which is pretty good, aiming to get to 3,000 by the end of the year. That would be very nice. So if anyone does go on wishlist, then thank you very much. It's arena shooter, very nostalgic, very classical. It is very much like Halo and Star Wars and Gears kind of all combined together. So yeah. Alright, thanks for watching this video and goodbye.